Morning guys, I've just been watching what old Simon Scott's done on YouTube on bloodworm. Now it's really is interesting. These are bloodworm in 20mm and 16s. Now what I found interesting about it is he said he uses bloodworm for majority of his fishing. It's a naturally occurring thing in a pond, and I've done really well on bloodworm over years. It was once one of the best baits that I've ever used, to be honest with you, years ago, the sticky baits one in dumbbells. Now, what he was saying that the bloodworm is far more effective at night. So if fishing slows down on another bait, he says, and it's more so if it's a silty pit. That's not to say that you're not going to silty pond or pit. He says it's not to say that you're not going to catch on day from them, because you will. It's still giving off bloodworm, and obviously there will still be bloodworm that's higher up in silt levels during the day. But what he says is during the day the bloodworm go deeper, and it's the reason that you get these deep troughs that have been dug out by carp. It says they'll go down to up to sometimes 2 foot. They'll dig down to get to these bloodworm beds. Now, at night, the carp switch on to solely bloodworm. He says because the oxygen levels at night drop by a lot. 3/4 of the oxygen is dropped at night in a pond, because obviously the plants aren't photosynthesizing, so oxygen levels drop. So the bloodworm come to the surface of the silt to get oxygen. And that's why when the carp switch on to feeding on bloodworm baits. So it's just something to think about. That I found it really interesting, to be honest with you, and it makes perfect sense, really. You know what I mean? It really does. So that's just a bloodworm bait. All pop-ups I'm going to be doing from now on as well are going to be done it with coke dust. I mean, I'm only doing them for my sunlight, but they're all going to be done in coke dust. It's just a lot better in my opinion. Now these ones are wafters, because I like to fish a bloodworm, more so bloodworm bait. I like to fish it on the bottom of the pond. It just makes better sense to me. It really does, honestly. I mean, it's just something that's found in the silt. So you know what I mean? They dig for it, a bottom bait, or well, in this case, a wafter, which will just sit just above the hook by a few mil, and it's more likely critically balanced, and it just sits just above the hook, and it will sit there nicely until a fish comes along. No matter how long it takes, either, with it being coke, it's not going to sink or anything like that. It's going to sit there as long as need be. So that's the bloodworm one. But very interesting that about their how bloodworm actually, what they do with that at night, and that I found it very interesting, and I hope some of you do. Now these are a bait that I've rolled for hopefully I'm going to bluebell soon, and I'm hopefully going to be whacking into one of them big ones. Now these are 20mm, 18s and 16mm bloody pineapple. They've got pineapple and butyric acid in there, and just a touch of bloodworm. It's what I did really well on last year, but I've gone for a darker bait, because lads that I know that are on there at the minute said darker baits are doing the business. So I've gone for one a little bit darker. Now it's, again, these are also coke dust, but these are actually pop-ups. So these are going to get fished when I go to blow. It's not going to be for a while. I've just glugged them again, and they just need drying out. Once they've dried out, then they'll be tubbed up and they'll be put away. But I'm gonna, hopefully, I'm gonna be trying to get out this Sunday, all being well. So I might be putting a few of these to the test then. And that's just a couple of new ones what I'm going to be trying. So I'll check you later, guys. I hope you all have a good day, and if any of you are fishing, I hope you catch. Have a good one.